Adrift is based on a true story of Tami and Richard Sharp as they set sail in the Pacific in September of 1983 and are caught up in Hurricane Raymond, a Category 4 hurricane. Now, of course, the hurricane destroys the boat they were on, leaving them out at sea with no way to call for help, which leaves them, wait for it, adrift. I've said it a million times before and I'll say it again. You just cannot have suspense in a true story. You just can't, because you know that someone is going to have to survive to be able to tell the story for it to be a true story, so there's no suspense.
So the movie jumps back and forth in the timeline quite a bit. It actually starts off in the moments immediately following that big hurricane tsunami you see in the trailer. And then it flashes back to Tami as she first enters Tahiti during her wherever the wind takes her phase of life. These flashbacks, the back and forth, it happens quite a bit. And I wouldn't have minded it as much if the love story they kept flashing back to wasn't so boring.
So watching the trailer, I was all like, yeah man, we got some boats and wreckage and storms and stuff. It's gonna be a good movie. However, I'll let you know this. The 15 seconds of action in the trailer is the only 15 seconds of action in the entire movie. It was lame.
I mean, we came here to watch, hurricanes, tsunamis, waves, ships, boats, wreckage, and surviving, not to be lulled to sleep with a love story. I know, you have to, show the audience how much they loved each other, we get it. But we do not need 10 flashbacks to remind us, come on!
As I typically state, I can find the humor in the misfortune of the characters, but when it's a true story, it's impossible to do that as you're only left to sympathize with the actual people that went through these events. So yeah, no humor here at all.
Now, I do appreciate the acting of Shailene Woodley here, who plays Tami, as when you watch her, you feel like you're not watching an actress, you're actually feeling like you're watching someone who is surviving, being out at sea for so long. Now, they did try to put some kind of a twist at the end, but they were spoon-feeding you dialogue the entire movie that led to the end result post-twist. So if you're paying attention to anything in the movie, you would have already seen it coming a million miles away. Now, they also, you know what? No, I'm not going to talk any more about it. You'll see it when you see it. The overall story could have been portrayed a little better than it was. 7 out of 10.
If it was more Castaway and less The Notebook, I would have enjoyed it a whole lot more. 4 out of 10.
They try to make the love story lighthearted so you smiled at least once during the movie, but wasn't for me. 1 out of 10.
A storm happens and then the survivors of the storm survive to tell the story, but we already knew that going in, so nothing more suspenseful here. 4 out of 10.
One big wave of action, one destroyed boat is a 2 out of 10.
We here at Who's Review give Adrift the overall rating of a bore. Just to back up what Jarvis said, they spent too much time focusing on The Notebook and not enough time giving us The Castaway, which is the reason we went to go see this movie in the first place. The first half of this movie is too much love story. We get it. They were in love. Let's move on. Well, there you have it. That's a review of Adrift. What do you think? Have you seen it? Are we way off, right on? Let us know in the comment section below and we'll check it out and respond. As always, if you want to stay up to date on all things Who's Review, make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and most importantly of all, subscribe to this YouTube channel. We thank you guys for checking us out here at Who's Review, where everyone's a critic.
Hello? Nasally. There I am.